Thanks for joining us on this Friday here on RT International. The U.S. Department of Defense decided to send a fake bomb using a standard parcel service, unsurprisingly causing panic at France's largest airport. And what the employees actually discovered was a pressure cooker filled with screws. And the device had been sent via the standard FedEx service by the U.S. Department of Defense to the American embassy in Tunisia. It posed no danger, though. There were no explosives. It was actually used for anti-terrorism training purposes. And we spoke to the FedEx employee who discovered the package.
La CGT, effectivement, qui a découvert ces colis. D'accord, parce qu'apparemment, il y en avait un qui était ouvert. J'en ai alerté la gendarmerie. Une fois qu'on a eu toutes les informations, qu'on a vraiment cherché si vraiment il y avait eu une vraie gestion de la crise. Donc nous, justement, j'ai contacté, donc il y a eu mon numéro local, j'ai discuté avec eux. Par rapport à ce sujet, donc il va falloir demander des explications, les comportements donc face à des situations de danger et exposer les salariés en les laissant face à ce danger en fait. Normalement, il y a un minimum d'alerte à donner quoi.
The U.S. Defense Department told us it regrets any potential confusion in the situation. The head of the FedEx office also told us there was no security danger. However, its representatives in France called the move irresponsible. Journalist Ted Roll agrees the timing for the parcel less than perfect.
The French are usually very alert about anything related to terrorism or security. This obviously came at a disconcerting time. French authorities are understandably on a state of heightened alert in light of the Paris attacks just a very short while ago and Charlie Hebdo just over a year ago. Obviously, the French authorities should have been notified. This caused a tremendous delay, panic, and understandable fear. It's rude, frankly. The U.S. and France are close allies, but frankly, any two nations should be in closer touch about things like this.
To some other news in brief, thousands of Greek farmers tried to storm an agricultural fair in the country's north in protest against pension reform. Riot police held the crowds back, but the agriculture minister who was due to speak at the event had to pull out due to the unrest. Large cuts to state pensions are among the conditions for the country's 3-year EU bailout, which was approved last summer. Anti-fascist activists marching through central Milan, voicing their anger over a 2-day nationalist conference being held in the city. The talks, led by the French National Front and the Italian Northern League, are focused on tackling the influx of migrants into Europe. Protesters carried banners with slogans denouncing the far right and welcoming migrants. And top world diplomats hope to make progress on a Syria peace plan at a meeting in Geneva. However, the opposition's negotiating committee said it won't attend the talks until its demands are met. And on Monday, a Syrian rebel coalition criticized the U.S. for giving Bashar al-Assad a chance to stay in power. The Syrian government has already arrived for talks without preconditions, as far as we understand. We spoke to a former UN spokesperson for Iraq. He says the opposition is not being serious about these talks.
You know, the opposition wants the United States to give it cover, no matter what it does, but they don't want to come to the table. They keep insisting, although the United States keeps saying there is no military solution to this thing. Some groups, or maybe some regional powers that aid these groups, think that at the end of the day they can bring down the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad by force. That is not going to work. I think the United States has realized that, it has recognized that. The intervention of the Russian military at the end of last September, was a game changer.